of the great rabbis of yesteryear. Now, friends, we are on the 24th of Tevet. Naturally, we say Chavdala Tevet in Hebrew marks the Hilula of a great rabbi, a great Kabbalist. His name was Rabbi Rachamim Shaarim Z'tl, one of the great rabbis, especially of the early 1900s, respectively. And it's very, very interesting. He came from great rabbinic heritage in of itself. For example, his grandfather, I believe, from the side of his father, was Rabbi Yitzchak Harishon, one of the great rabbis, Sharim, who happened to be the author of the famous book, the Pi HaBe'er, very interesting enough. And his father was Rav David, and a very, very great rabbi. He would actually learn under auspices of a very great rabbi who was spoken on many occasions before. He was a famous Kabbalist, Rabbi Chaim Shaul Dweck HaKohen, another one of the great rabbis, especially Syrian rabbis, in Jewish history. Let's explore some of the highlights of the great rabbi's life. Now, he was born in the Hebrew year Hey Tafresh Chaf Tet. He was born in the city of Entab, I think, or you could probably say it as a Geziat. I hope I pronounced it correctly. I think it's either, or was then part of Syria, could be part of modern day Turkey in of itself. And sadly, there was sad ships. I think in the year Hey Tafresh Lamatei, if I'm not mistaken, the 6th of Elul, his mother, her name was Rabbanit Rachel, had passed away. While he was young, he would learn Torah very, very diligently, at great level in of itself, and he would actually, at a youngish age, especially in the year Hey Tafresh Memchet, he would be received an ordination to become a shochet, a rabbi that would perform, let's say, kosher slaughter in of itself, kosher animals, so on and so forth, with regards to the kashrut industry. He would also, later on, I think in Hey Tafresh Nun Aleph, several years later, he would get married to his wife, Rabbanit Zelacha, very great woman, and well, shortly after that, actually, I think a matter of maybe 3 years afterwards, he would become a mohel, rabbi that will perform circumcisions in itself. So he was both a shochet and a mohel, very, 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 very busy and active throughout. And eventually, I think about 6 years after this, if I'm not mistaken, he would actually make the step to go to live in the land of Israel. And he would live in Jerusalem over there. Very interesting. The neighborhood that he would live in would be the Zichron Moshe neighborhood. And I think maybe 9 years after moving, he would be really, really learning and engrossed in learning Torah at the highest level and the Kabbalah in of itself. Now, he passed away, I believe, it was in English year 1933, 1934, around that time period. That would have been on Chavdaled Tevet. He left among his, I think his children, was his son was Rabbi Raphael David, another very great rabbi who I believe we've mentioned about before, Rabbi Raphael David Sharim. Among his daughters included Rabbanit Esther. She happened to get married to Harav Yitzchak Mizrahi, and also his other daughter, Rabbanit Rachel. She got married to Rabbi Eliyahu Abadi, another great rabbi. So really, the daughters got married into great rabbinic people, personalities in of itself. Rabbi Yitzchak happened to be his brother, and we spoke about his teacher, Rabbi Chaim Shaul Dweck HaKohen. Interesting now. Now, he left us with a few really great Torah books in of itself, especially the שערי Derech החיים, very, very famous book in of itself, which I would recommend everyone to get to learn more about within regards to that. Very, very, some of the great books. I think it was actually published in the year 1931, this book was, by the great author, and I would recommend everyone to actually look into that. Okay, then the other great Torah book that he published was Ta'mei Hamitzvot, which was another great, let's just say, the gates for the reasonings of the positive commandments of the mitzvot. This was, I believe, printed in the year 1933. It was a large book, I think comprising of 192 pages in itself, and it was printed in Jerusalem. Now, the next book was Rabbi Rachamim, another great Torah, colossal work of yesteryear, probably his most famous of books in of itself, which comprises of Shelot and Shuvot, questions and answers, within regards to the Siddur, the prayer liturgy of the Rashash, Rav Shalom Shirabi, HaKadosh, Rashash HaKadosh. One of the great rabbis, I think this came from Rehovat HaNahar, I think it was published from the publications of Nahar Shalom, famous yeshiva, I think in modern day, Nachlaot, a neighborhood in of itself. I think talking within regards to, explaining within regards to prayer, Jewish prayer in of itself, which I'll recommend everyone to actually get that specific book. I think this book was published in the year 1926. Very, very large book of 487 pages in of itself. The Siddur al Rashash on the Kabbalah in of itself. So very interesting. I recommend everyone to look into or purchase and learn these books in of itself. It will be absolutely great if you can. And he passed away approximately just over 90 years ago, I believe in the year 1933, 1934. Please don't forget to light candles in the great rabbi's memory. Please, friends, we are a community here. We're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. Chaf Daled Tevet very much represents the Hilula of the great Chacham. And he was buried in Israel, naturally. Great rabbi, I believe, of Syrian heritage. So please learn more about the great rabbis. We've done about 625 video biographies of great Rachamim. Please don't forget to light candles in their memory and share to other people that might be interested in watching.